Good afternoon, Art-Alchemy. Today, I put myself a little bit on camera. I did my hair, so I thought it was perfectly fine. So I think I found out why there were so many Winsor and Newton tubes at Hobby Lobby, like throughout the country. I do believe because when I went like a few weeks ago, close to 3 weeks ago. So I went to um, just to like kind of like I just wanted to take a little time before I came back home, and I did a couple of shopping there anyway. Where my Hobby Lobby is located in this big shopping center, in the city next to mine, which is we're really close. So I initially just saw oil paint and Winsor Newton, and I was like, oh my god, this is like a little bit of money for oil paint. I've never seen it, like not even student grade, like this low. This is professional. So I was wondering why, and then a week and a half later, I saw a bunch of YouTubers that they were filming themselves swatching Winsor and Newton watercolors, professional watercolor tubes that they have gotten from Hobby Lobby, and I mean a lot. One of them, I think she spent over $200 for 110 tubes or something like that. It was like outrageous, and I was like, well, that's weird. I only got oil paint. I didn't get any. I didn't see any watercolors. But of course, that day I didn't pay attention. I actually went twice. So I went the first time when they had them, and I only got a couple of things because I was like short on money. And then I said I'm gonna come back if they're still here. So I went back like literally like a week later, not even a week, like probably 5 days. And sure enough, there were still quite a bit of oil paint. So I grabbed all the ones that they were under, basically like 375 is the most I paid for one tube of 37 millimeter oil paint. But like I said, I never bothered to see if there were watercolors. I did like slightly see that there were Grumbacher Academy watercolor, but I wasn't interested in that. So I was just blown away by the oil paint, right? Because I'm an oil paint painter as well. I do all three mediums, but oil and watercolor, I just do it on a daily basis, and I do acrylic here and there when I kind of feel like it. But so when I saw these YouTubers, and I was like, that's weird. So I wanted a Potter's Pink tube. I already have the half pan, but I wanted to acquire the tube because I do know that Winsor Newton professional line, like their tubes, is a different. It's a different recipe from their half pans. So I have both tubes, but I only have like I think 12 tubes. Well, now I have more, but I think I have 20 tubes of total now, with the 5 6 that I got from Hobby Lobby the other day. And so yeah, so there's a different formulation. So, and I'm just obsessed right now with Potter's Pink. So here's where I found out why Hobby Lobby decided to probably clear out for good Winsor and Newton. So I actually, since I'm like currently obsessed with my Schminka box and my Mary Blue watercolors, and I'm thinking forward like, oh, like when I'm gonna buy this and that, and I already had put them on my list on Jackson's. So then when I have the money or when I see a sale, like I'm gonna start buying them slowly, right? So I couldn't decide between Potter's Pink, Schminka 5 millimeter tube, and then the full size. And then I got the May Mary Blue half pan, which is okay. I because the tube is way too expensive, so I'm like, no, the half pan works for me. It's like $7 something. So I put them on my card to check out, and I was like, I can't decide. I was like, you know what? They're gonna charge me $5 shipping. That's not bad for two things. I'm like, let me just add another thing, and then I added the Schminka. I actually went and added. I said, oh, let me look for the Winsor and Newton, because since I'm already here buying two things, I might as well get the Winsor Newton Potter's Pink tube. So it's like $2 more than here in the US. Here in the US, the tube is all through the art stores, online and in person. They're going on sale. So because I went to Hobby Lobby the other day, on yesterday, Thursday, today is Friday, and I went and I did get some watercolors, which I'm gonna swatch for you here today, of Winsor Newton Professional line. And yes, they were insanely like 199, 150. I think 275 is the most I pay for a cobalt deep blue, like cobalt. Like that's crazy. So I was wondering, why are they doing this? I don't understand. And I noticed art stores across the US are doing the same thing. But if you're not gonna buy online, like an art store online, more than one or couple of things, then it's not worth it, because it will come out to more, like the 5 millimeter tube will be like 10 or $11 or 15 if you only buy that, because they're gonna charge you shipping, a lot of shipping. So I went when I put the May Mary Blue and the Schminka tube. I went and I was like, let me just get the Winsor Newton. $2 is not bad, and I think I have like $1 something that cute. Like when I buy things, I keep them, the points, and then I when I do big big shipments, like when I buy things, I just, even if it's cents, it'll lower it down quite a bit. So oh, and I didn't think about doing this. Darn, I should have checked under the lira, because I think the lira is cheaper now, the UK lira. But I mean, anyway, um, so that's not here or there. I just forgot about that altogether. Oops. So yeah, so when I did that and I added it to my cart, when I was about to check out, it gave me this big thing under the checkout, and it would not let me. It took the button to push my cart forward to buy it. So it told me that Winsor & Newton can no longer ship to the US because they're subject to import charges. And I guess Jackson doesn't want us to have an additional charges. So they're just not going to ship it all together. And I was like, oh, this might be why across the US, all the art stores and everybody's getting rid of Winsor & Newton Professional, and basically just the whole line. And that's when it dawned on to me, because I think the Brexit thing, where before they were in the UK was in transition, but I think when sometime this year, probably in the early summer or something, because I haven't bought Winsor & Newton things for Jackson since last year. No, since early this year, since like I think January, February was the last time I bought a couple. Remember when I bought the half pants that they were on sale? That was the last time, and that was quite a while ago because we're in August. So yeah, I had to take it out, and I was like, darn, because that was the tube. I already have the half pant, so that was the tube, and I was like, that's crazy. I mean, around here, Jerry's and Cheap Joe's, they're selling it for like $6, 6.52, 6.34, the 5 millimeter tube of Winsor Newton Potter's Pink. But like if you don't buy something, like they'll have a $9 or $12 shipping. So I'm like, it's not worth it. And I try getting it online through with 199 shipping, with what is this other store, Joann's, but it still came out to $11, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna. I mean, I have the half pan from Winsor Newton, and I like it, and it's quite pinky, but I do know their formulation is different. So if one of you, any of you of my viewers or anybody did get the Potter's Pink tube, please sell it to me. I live in Southern California. I didn't find it, and there was barely anything left, but I still managed to get, as you're gonna see, some really nice Winsor Newton professional watercolor tubes, but I did not get the Potter's Pink tube. So if one of you don't want it or whatever, please sell it to me, and please don't put so much shipping. into it, like I'll buy it from you if it's like including shipping, like no more than 650. I'm sorry, but if not, but yeah, because I know a lot of you that I saw got a lot of Winsor and Newton professional watercolors, and a lot of you are beginners. So lucky you. So that is probably the reason that Winsor and Newton here in the U.S. And I hate to say it, but I mean, yeah, if they don't, if this import things and the Brexit thing is gonna affect it, it's gonna affect it bad. We will not be able to get our hands on Winsor Newton tubes. I mean, I have replacements, so I I have tubes and I have pans. So it'll be a while until I ran out of those. So when I do, like it's fine if I can't get my hands on Winsor Newton anymore, because they were quite pricey, as you know. I think I customized half of 12 half pants, and I bought them on sale, and then I bought the other on sale. I bought cotton man because I wanted the little Winsor Newton tin. So I bought the Cottonman line for like $25, and then I gave the Cottonman away, and I bought the professional ones with the travel canteen and all that, and I didn't like that plastic travel kit, so I took the professional and then I customized it, and it cost me like around $90 altogether, because I was like switching back and forth, and they were all on sale. So yeah. So and then my tubes, I got them like for $35. I was so lucky because that's when I got a 10% off, and then it had something else, and I don't know, I had a bunch of discounts. So on that one I did consider myself lucky. That was the 12 uh, tube Skechers tube, like the from Winsor and Newton, and that was, I mean, that was such a great deal, and I got it from Jackson. So yeah, thank you, Jackson. But yeah, that's nice that Jackson's looking out for us here in the U.S. So yeah, that's a long explanation and long dreaded as of why this and that. But yeah, like I like to research and stuff, and yeah, and so I thought that was interesting. So that we probably don't won't know about it until later, but I think that's the reason that they're going without here in the U.S. So I'm gonna stop talking on camera, and I'm gonna swatch for you, and you're gonna see the stuff that I got from Winsor Newton from Hobby Lobby. And like I said, Hobby Lobby has upped your game. So if you have a Hobby Lobby near you, go check it out. They put so much new art supplies, you guys. I'm so in love with this glass desk that I got, that I want, that I'm gonna get. God forbid nobody gets it from Hobby Lobby. It's like $200, but I spend like, over $200 on watercolors. So it's not, and it's metal, and it's really nice. I really like it. So yeah, but yeah, go out on your Hobby Lobby. They put a lot of new things. I think it's more accessible, and it's cheaper than Michael's. Like a little ceramic flower palette. One, two, I think it was 6 wells. Small, very small, like the size of my hand. It was like $3.99. And plastic watercolors, big ones. Um, that you could put like 33 or 36. There are two different kinds. One to travel, the other one is more like a stay home thing, but it has a lid, and they're both good, really good plastic. The bigger one that you keep at your studio was like $3.50. Then the other one was $9. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely go back and check things out, because I fell in love with a lot of their art boards. And I even found one that you could use oil and acrylic, and it's already mounted and everything. And yeah, so you could do your art and you could sell it, because all the person's gotta do is just like, basically put it under glass. But if you put it under glass, then you get to charge them more, right? So yeah,